Okay, we're going to be changing out this thermistor wire, and I'm probably going to end up doing the heating wire too because I had to splice it together, and I've got a new set coming, so probably going to be doing both of those. I know a lot of people on here just show you the finished work and everything. I'm just going to try to show you what it looks like to actually do all of it. I don't see a lot of videos around. There's some on YouTube, but a lot of them don't talk to you. It's just a bunch of video with like music in the background. Let me get out my tools here. Now, my tools don't have numbers on them, so I do not know what size they are, but the printers usually come with the sizes you need. So first off, we're going to take this off because we got to get the hot end out. Let's see here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to do this live, and then I'm going to change it and switch it out to a video. Oops, don't lose your screws. They will fall and bounce all over the place.
Welcome to the live, guys.
Yeah, welcome.
14? I'm gonna go do my phone call, okay?
Okay. Now, when you're doing these, you're going to have to be very careful not to lose your screws, because if you lose your screws, then you have to get more, and just, it's a lot hectic, especially when they don't tell you what sizes they are. Which, I mean, if I kept the original paperwork, I'm sure it told me. Probably like an M10 or M3 or something like that. You got me a couple waters also, Betty? Okay. Make sure the heating block is not on when you're doing this. That thing gets hot. Because what we got to do is we're going to switch out these wires, both of these wires on the side over here. Let me grab some more tools. I forgot to grab my...
There you go.
Thank you, Betty.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's see here. Got to get this off. Probably don't have to, but I like to get it off. Makes it easier. That way you have easier, you can move it around easier. Yeah, that's tight. Now, if you got big sausages like my fingers are, you might want to use a tool to try to do this. And that's it. This is my machine I call Frankenstein because I put this thing together with all different kinds of pieces. Okay, it is loose. Now to get it. There we go. See how long the Capricorn wire is, or the Bowden tube? It goes down inside of here. But anyway, this is what we're working on right here. These two wires right here, both of them need to be replaced. So let's get them loose. And I don't believe I got the right size Allen wrench for it. It ain't. Let me grab a different Allen wrench. Now at some point I might have to turn this on because with all the plastic that goes through it, I use PLA Plus, which is biodegradable, but at some point you might have to turn it on because it'll clog it up and you won't be able to pull it out. But yeah, that's not the right size either. See, it might be where the plastic needs to be heated up. The problem with that is my thermistor wire is messed up, so I can't even turn it on yet. Okay, there's a little screw. That wire's broke, so I ain't really worried about it. There's a little screw right here that you got to get loose. Some of them don't have this screw. I put this screw in every one of mine because it holds that thermistor wire in there and I don't have to worry about it. Now I've spliced these wires so many times that's the reason I'm having to switch it out, because it came loose. Okay, there it is. Now this little one right here, I gotta find the right size Allen wrench for it, which I'm sure this is the right size, but the problem is it's not heated up because all that plastic is keeping it gunked up. So what I do is I actually have a torch lighter that I have lost. Oh, there it is. There it is. Take this torch lighter, heat it up a bit. Now, yeah. I got these big old fingers here. They make sure they make these things small enough. Why is that screw smaller than my tools? Still too big. And yes, that is an L, but it tends to fit perfect. And I'm wondering if I got to heat this hot end up to be able to get that out, because it is not budging. And excuse my hands shaking. I've had 3 strokes, so it tends to get kind of hard to hold still sometimes. Yep, that's what the problem was. It was just too cold. So, it should be loose now. Now, this is where you have to heat up the hot end, because right here, I don't know how or why, it gets a little bit of plastic in it. and it don't take much to heat it up, and it'll slide right out. And I've got it on, it's heating up a little bit. It's slowly coming out. It'll take it a few minutes. It's going to keep saying, it's going to start beeping really, really loud here in a second because the thermistor wire isn't hooked up. And it's going to say, something's wrong, it ain't heating up. Well, it ain't going to say that, but that's basically what it's going to do. Just got to make sure you don't touch that heating block because that thing is hot. It says it's at 44. I need to get it up to at least 100. And these degrees are in Celsius, by the way. These machines, the ones I have, are from China. So they all use Celsius over there, most of them anyway. And I gotta wait and let it heat up. It's at 119. Let's try it now. Yep. There we go. Now we can set that down, make sure it don't burn your desk or anything. And then I'm cutting it off because I don't need it sparking over here or burning anything. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to give it a few minutes to cool off, and then we'll start back up. And this is a direct drive setup. It's the same process with a regular setup. Just I like the direct drive on this machine here. This is my Frankenstein, like I said. Now, we got to get these wires loose. Since both of these wires are being switched out, I can just there we go. And if you're coming into the live, I'm actually doing this video for YouTube also. So if I don't see you, I am very sorry. Since we are getting rid of these wires anyway, I'm just going to cut them. And Frankenstein here is all taped up, so you don't have to cut them. You can actually take all that apart. But like I said, I'm replacing both of them anyway, so. Now, okay, when you go to take the base off of this thing, there's a screw here, then there's another screw at the front of it. So just give me a minute to find the right tool. Okay. Now, I'm going to push this back here so you can see what I'm doing. Couple of screws right here. Get these two screws out. Okay, oh, I forgot to pull that one out back there. Be very careful pulling these beds and stuff back and forth. They will cause a short, and you'll have to replace your whole motherboard. Even with the printer off. So, got to be very careful with that. And I just unplugged it because I'm about to go into the motherboard. So we got to remove these 3 screws. And for those of you just joining, we are actually replacing the thermistor wire and the heat and block wire. Because, well, something I've been needing to do anyway. And I've just been putting it off. I've actually spliced it together so many times without having to remove it from the motherboard. I just take another wire and splice it on there. But I'm going to actually replace the wires this time so somebody can see, just in case they have problems with it. Now, be careful with that fan. Don't jerk it off, because it will break. Now, we're going to replace the wires. Here's the new wires. Now, it's the interesting part. I call it interesting. I don't know if anybody else would. Okay, these are the heating wires. So, they actually get screwed in this first green block. And then here is the thermistor wire, which is the very first block. Now, you don't have to unscrew the ones on top up here. I do, but you don't have to. Pop it out. New wire goes in. Make sure it's good and tight. It is. So we're not going to be running this yet. So after I'm done, though, we'll heat it up and go from there. Now let's get the heating wires connected. Hold on, I just noticed y'all can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Got the old wire out. Time to put the new wire in.
You guys have kids. Did you see where my coffee went?
No, baby, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you got to keep it.
Okay. Okay, got that one in. Let's tighten it back up. Okay, let's get this one in. And basically there are little holes on that side. These screws hold this wire in. So drop the screwdriver. Hold on a second. Okay. Hope y'all can see this. Okay. Both of those are in. Now we can put it back together. Just run your wires down the side over here. Now if you want to, you can run it back through that little sleeve that all the wires come in when you first get it and everything. I don't, because I have to switch them out every once in a while. So I don't see any need in putting them back. Now, gotta find all these little bitty screws and the tool that I use to take them out with and put them back in. Now I don't magnetize my tools, but it probably would help. Okay, that one's in. Another itty bitty screw. Now these screws, some of them are so small, I can't even get the cameras to focus in on them. But like this one, it's a little bitty one. Now it probably would have done me better not to take them top screws out, but I do them anyway. It makes it harder, but it's just what I do. So if y'all want to skip that part, you can. Now, when you go to run your wires, make sure it is right with this. Because if you don't, then you're going to have wires going every which way, and you're going to have to tape it like I do. Or a lot of zip ties, because they will get in the way. Now, run these up here. Let's flip this thing back. Make sure the wires are out of the way. Now, not everybody does everything the same. Just like when you're leveling your bed. My leveling might not be level on your bed. I do mine by eye. Some people can't do it by eye. Some people use a sheet of paper. No way is wrong. If it works for you, it's not wrong. So after I get done, I will be leveling the bed and making sure I didn't mess nothing up when I had it flipped over and stuff. Now, right now I'm just trying to get the wires together and see what I'll end up doing is running it right up along this and up in there and everything. Just like that. Now, it's time to put the front end back together. Well, I guess I could go ahead and screw this back down. Let's do that while we're here. Takes two different tools because there's two big screws on the front. On the front here, two big screws, and then one little screw here and one little screw in the back. I do not have the little screw right here because I lost it when I was flipping it around. So what we're going to do is put one screw in the back and two in the front. It does not need it to run, so there's that. Let's put the two big screws in the front here. And then we'll put it in one in the back. And then we'll put the hot end back together. Now, my big old sausage fingers can't hold on to the screw. Okay, I see the problem here. You ever run into a leveling problem on these where you can't get the screw to go in because the screw holes don't line up? This is my fault. I shouldn't have done it this way. But you learn. You learn by doing is what I say. If you can't do it, keep trying. I've had this machine here, this Frankenstein, for about 3 years. And it's a mix of parts from different companies. But recently I found a company called Comgrow, and they are awesome. They sell refurbished machines, and they actually test all of them to make sure they work before they send them to you, and they work really well. I will be posting a link once I finish so you can look at them yourself. You can actually get a Ender 3 Pro for like 160, 170, something like that. You can get the Ender 3 Max for $222, which is a way bigger build plate. I say way bigger, it's at least 80 millimeters bigger. Okay, finally getting this screw to go in. go. Now, I'm going to bring the bed forward because the last screw I'm putting in. Now, if you've got the fourth screw is in there. I don't have a fourth screw, but you can put it in there if you want. So, let's put this screw in. Some people have that fourth screw. I do not. I lost it, like I said. At the time, my office was in a room that had carpeting. And I'm assuming that screw got sucked up in the vacuum. Because, filament pieces get everywhere when you're doing print. So we do happen to clean the floor a lot. Now, let's get this back around here. Now, there's something up under it somewhere. Yep, I got my clippers. Now, nice and level. Let's get this back on here. Now, see where my wires are. Be very gentle not to break the wires right here. You don't have to be super gentle. Oh, I got it on backwards. Hold on a second. Flip it. Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. I make sure this is even on the end. You don't have to, I don't guess. As long as that wire is in there and you get that screw back down on it, it ain't going nowhere. Which I'm not sure if that screw is even moving. So what I'm going to do is skip that wire for a minute and put the thermistor wire in. Now I always loop it around that screw because that screw helps hold it in. Now, this way I can turn it on and push that heating block wire all the way in. Okay, that's on there. Okay, that's in there. Now, get the pliers out. Hold on to that radiator and then turn this mug on. Oh, I forgot I unplugged it. Hold on a second. There we go. Now, this is where a third arm or radioactivity would come in handy. Because you see that wire does not want to stay in there. Okay, I'm going to preheat this thing a little bit. And this takes me longer than what I'm sure it would take most people. But like I said, it's a learning curve. There we go. It's starting to go now. Screws in there. I can't get the tool out. Now, I've already got all that set up. It's ready to be put in. And since I heated it up a little bit, I'm using the pliers to hold it. Now, if you go looking for this video on YouTube, it'll be up under the Odom Family 6, because that's my email I've been using for, Lordy B, I don't know how long I've had that email. Just say it's been a while. I'll put a link to it in the bio. How about that? That'll make it easier to find. But I'm going to start making a pin list of parts that I have to replace on here. Because on YouTube, it's hard to find good videos about how to replace stuff on these things. Most of them, I appreciate it that they did them. But most of them are just fast-forwarded videos with no talking. Just music playing in the background. I know this is boring, but for those new people that want to get into 3D printing, this will help. I'm sure of it. I could have used this video whenever I was starting out. Now maybe this part should be fast forwarded, because this is taking forever and a day. Probably hear my 3D printer in the background, or one of my 3D printers in the background going. I'm going to be changing out a nozzle on one of them over there in a minute. So I'll probably make a video about that for YouTube also. Do it for here, but I can only do lives on here because it takes me so long. And longest video I can make, they say I can make a 10-minute video, but I ain't figured out how to do that yet. Because it only gives me the option for like 15 seconds, 60 seconds, and 3 minutes. But like I was saying, ComGrow, go to comgrow.com. They've got refurbished machines at great prices. They've got new machines also, but they've got refurbished ones at great prices. If you want to, like even some of you older printers that like to have like a farm or something, print farm, they've got packs. You can get 5 Ender 3 Pros for like $500, less than $500. That's five. That's less than $100 a piece. Now, am I not? Is this thing not twisted in there? I'm believing it ain't. Because I've been twisting for a while. Is it still hot? No, it's not hot. Let's try it with my fingers then. Maybe it won't take as long. This part probably needs to be fast forwarded as long as it's taking me to put this stuff on there. Yeah, it's not going in for some reason. And see, I'm not going to edit this out because this might be something someone else runs into. What's the need in editing it out if someone else runs into the same problem? Don't need to skip that. Yeah, see, it ain't going in for some reason. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Go ahead and put my holding screws in for the radiator. Let's see here, which tool is this? That's too small. Okay, I ain't tightening it all the way because I still got to get that other piece in there. But this will help hold it in place while I get that piece to go in. There we go. Now, I can see the problem. See, what I did is I pushed it up too tall. So I got to get it to come back down and be able to seat it in there. So it's basically me pulling down on it and trying to twist it in there, which I'm sure there's other options. That's just not the way I do it, but your way might be better. Well, I hope y'all are learning something. I am. I'm learning not to take these screws out of this top part and only do the bottom part. Made it a lot easier not to take them out if I would have not taken them out. Sorry, water break. Always hydrate. Okay, going to preheat so that I can get that to sink down in there some. I hope this gets some views. I don't know that it will, but if it helps even one person, I'll be happy. That is all I care about, is helping people. Well, that and making money. I gotta make money. If you don't make money, you ain't got nothing you can do. And I like doing things. Right now, I am actually getting ready for spooky season. I've got a bunch of stuff I'm designing and printing out. I've got to make something for my mother-in-law. She wants something. So, but I'm waiting for it to heat up a little bit, guys. Oh, Lord, it's already up to 147. Huh. That is neat. It's a good wire. Okay. Let me find my other tool here. I've got 2 of these that have the double ends. I got like 5 of them actually, but I don't know exactly where they are. You know what? I'm just going to use the nozzle end. The nozzle one that only has a single side. What I'm doing is on the back side of here for this extruder, there's one of these little catchets, I call it. I don't know what it's called. But it basically holds the Bowden tube from coming down. And I need it to come down so that I can screw it in right here. see, did it catch? Nope. So, trial and error. Anyway, y'all get the gist of it. I mean, basically, get that the seat back down in there and you're done. Put the fan back on. I'm not a professional. I like to think I am, but I'm not. I'm just doing these videos because they were hard to find when I was doing it. And if it helps, like I said, if it helps one person get into 3D printing, not get discouraged, that's all I care about. Once it seats, I can move my other hand. But shaking like crazy over here. Strokes, shakes are getting ridiculous today. Probably because I'm trying to make this video. If I wasn't trying to make this video, they probably wouldn't bother me at all today. Is it cast? I'm not sure if it caught or not. Nope, it didn't. Hopefully I'll get this done sometime this year. Let's try it that way. It looks like it's pushing down a little bit harder. My arm keeps hitting the camera, guys. Sorry about that. I got it sitting up here on one of these stands, trying to see if y'all can see it. Which I'm sure most people have left the video by now. But maybe it got them the information they needed before they left. If you do like it, hit thumbs up or like or whatever it is on whatever platform you're looking at it on. The more likes I get, the more views I'll get on TikTok. I don't know how it works on YouTube. I don't think I've ever posted a video on YouTube. Okay, well, that's basically it, guys. I got to put the fan cover back on. I got to get this seated, which I'm not going to be able to do on live because I'm probably going to be cussing a little bit. Because I'm sure it's too hot right now to handle, and I'm going to grab it, and then all kinds of slurs are going to come out of my mouth. Going to make a sailor blush. But maybe TikTok won't ban me. They banned me for saying my dog's name, so. explain that one. Dog's name. He likes to dig in the dirt. I'm not going to say his name again because they banned me last time. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Can you make me something to eat, please?
Sure.
That's my wife / secretary / painter. She paints my prints for me.
You want grilled cheese?
Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to save this live whenever I get done getting this piece back in here and put it on YouTube. Maybe somebody will get some information out of it, or they might learn not to watch my videos again.
You will say if they're coming over or not?
I haven't looked. Let me check. Give me a minute, guys. Wifey's asking questions. Nope, they haven't answered back. Well, they might be busy. They might be doing all kinds of stuff. We invited a couple guys over to eat with us tonight, and they haven't answered back. So, don't know. They're a real nice couple. They're nice people. One of them has a disability, and the other one takes care of them. They look like an odd couple. Garland is kind of big. He's like 400 pounds. And then his husband, James, is 180, maybe. I call that an odd couple because, a lot of times it actually works out that way. where one's bigger than the other. But that ain't the weird part about it. James, the little one, is the disabled one. Garland, he gets around and goes all kinds of places. But they're both sweet guys. Okay. Time to put this fan cover back on. If I can find the right size tool for the screw. Yep. There we go. Make sure you don't tighten this down when you first go to put that screw in, because if you do, you're not going to be able to get the other screw in if it's not lined up right. So put one in, screw it in a little bit, then put your other one in, line it up, see? Line it up. You can then tighten it down because you've already got the other one started. Okay, that one's in. Okay, that one's in. So those two are ready. I've already got the bed heated up. So let's see here. We're going to prepare it for auto home. After it auto homes, I'm going to disable steppers, and I'm going to do my version of leveling the bed. If yours is different, do you. I ain't worried about it. If it works for you, it works for you. The paper thing never worked for me. Okay, yep, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's a little tight. There we go. Now, pair on home. Let's reload the filament. Let me throw these wires away. I sat them on top of the filament. Okay. Now with me, I gotta straighten this out because not it won't go in. And I'm sure it's something I've done wrong at some point, but straighten it out. And wiggle it around until I find the hole. There we go. Okay, it's all the way in. There we go. Let's do a test print. Okay, this is going to take about 30 minutes for this one. These are earrings. I do all kinds of things. So I'm going some earrings. And while that's getting ready to start, I'm going to get my tools off my table. I use my Ender 3 V2. Has a little drawer. I use it as my toolbox. So when y'all hear me rolling around, I'm probably going to that little drawer to get my tools. Oh yeah, it looks like it's going to do good. Let's try it out. Okay. And you just joining the live. I just replaced the thermistor wire and the heating wire. So we're going to test it. Make sure I did it good. And then we're going to let it print. And then I'm actually going to post this to YouTube. So if you missed it, sorry, you can go to YouTube and look at it once I get it set up. Okay. You put a good bead line down. Let's see if it's going to print, if it's level enough to print. I use glue on my bed, that's why it's white like that, in case you're wondering. Well, I'm going to watch it print for a minute. Let's see how it does. Now sometimes my eyeballing on these leveling on the bed, it don't work out. So I know a lot of people use the paper method, and that's fine. I don't use the automatic levelers. I don't like them. I've had 3 of them, and I didn't like either one of them. I got rid of them. So that is actually a black cat, a bat, and a coffin. So while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get these off the print. If you have a glass bed, I like glass beds, but these flexible ones, it's easy to get earrings and stuff off of. Small prints. So glass bed, I let it cool down, then I gotta pop them off, which is actually harder than it sounds. Hey, Miss Robin, I didn't even see you come in. I've been doing all right. I'm actually making a video for YouTube. I'm gonna take this live that I'm doing. I'm gonna save the video from it, and I'm going to post it on YouTube. I was replacing some wires on the printer, so and I figure maybe it'll help some other noob like me. I couldn't find videos to replace wires and stuff when I was first started printing. I guess they figured it would be common sense. But not everybody has common sense. I know I don't. The Odom Family 6, I think, I gotta look at, let me get my other phone. I can tell you exactly what it is. I don't never get on YouTube much. Let's see here. YouTube. Oh, I do get on YouTube a lot, but I don't post anything. Let's see. How do you, your channel. Okay, my channel. I guess it's just under my name, David Odom. DavidOdom. It says I've got 3 subscribers and no videos. Which is probably right. I appreciate it. I'm going to add a link on my profile here. this ain't printing good, so I'm going to stop it and re-level the bed. But the wire's working. That's what my biggest thing was. Now, I didn't level the bed right, so it's doing this. Which, I mean, the little cat came out pretty good. And the little coffin was starting to do good. But the other cat didn't do good. That other bat looks pretty good. I'm making earrings, by the way, for Halloween. I'm going to be selling them for about $5 a set if you get interested in any. I just made these. Got to put the hooks and stuff in them. Now, so re-level this real quick. But the wires are working, so that's a good thing. My wires were Frankenstein. I had them all pieced together, so I had to replace them. Okay. There's the hair. Looks good. Might need to go down a hair. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. And that's good. Now, a lot of people don't do this, but I use glue sticks. Elmer's Purple Glue. Hairspray I hear works good. I've never tried it. And I don't put a lot. I do that. They don't have to cover the whole bed. All it has to do is hold the wire or hold the plastic. Auto helmet. I also preheat the PLA. Now, let's go back to the same print. And start printing. If you're still in here, Robin, I'll keep live. If not, I'm going to end the live so I can start uploading this video to YouTube. Because I'm sure people ain't interested in me leveling the bed right now. I'll do a tutorial on it later. Okay. It's not showing me you're in here. I don't know why, but my phone never tells me when people are in my live. It tells me there's one person in here, but when you click it, it says no viewers. So I don't really know why, but it does. The bed is heating up right now. The bed's finished heating up. The extruder, the hot end is heating up. It says extruder heating, but it's actually the hot end that's in here that's heating up. This is the extruder. It's what pushes the filament through. I don't know why the machine says extruder heating. Let's see if this thing prints right. While that's doing that, let me get my box of earrings. I'll show you the different kinds of earrings I've got going. For Halloween, of course. Got a guillotine. we have the cats. I've actually got